Amadu Hamza Zanga, the MCE for Bawku, thank you for joining us. What do you know led to what has happened, leading to the killings, and throwing the town once again into this heightened tension? Hello, Amadu.
Yes, I'm here.
Yes.
Yes. I said good morning and good morning to all cherished listeners. It's a sad moment for Bawku. I must say so because as the Municipal Chief Executive and as the Chairman of the Municipal Security Council, this is a very difficult moment for us in Bawku. Yes, the question about the murder of the three guys rightly mentioned. That is true. The thing is that we are politicians, and as politicians, there's always the need for us to be decorum. There's the need for us to exercise some civility and also be very mindful of the things that we say on air and also in the media. All of us are putting our heads together to ensure there's lasting peace in Bawku. The President, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, the National Security Minister, the Regional Minister and myself, including the Member of Parliament, we are all putting our heads together to ensure there's peace in Bawku. Be that as it may, if things like that come up, we are not part of, we are not first witnesses of the thing. We sought to rely on others for information. I am on the ground, and I always think that there's a need for us to always talk and collaborate. We'll get to ascertain whether or not indeed a particular incident happened or not. Yes, when this happened, I heard a gunshot about 200 to 300 meters away from my house. Indeed, the first point I would always call is the police divisional commander, and also I'll follow up a call on the military commander because they are the men on the ground.
Right, so you say you are the man who is on the ground. That's very
Absolutely.
good. And you label this as murder. That's even more serious. So tell us what led to the murder.
No, I am using it for people to understand, ordinary members to understand. Good. Now, when I heard these gunshots, it is normal in Bawku that I would always call to find out from these security captains. And it took them a few minutes for them to respond back to me. And then the commander of the military on the ground mentioned to me that, in fact, they had an exchange with some boys who were around Asaniya school. I said, what boys? Where are they coming from? It was, at that time, being a stranger, difficult for him to tell me exactly where the boys are coming from. But I said, what happened? And then he told me they actually fired into them, and they also fired back. And because of that, they were able to neutralize them as the term they always use in the military. And so it led to the death of 3 persons. However, they have called the police to come for them. This is exactly what the military commander has informed me on that said day. And so I am reporting to you based on the facts that I gathered from them. In fact, I went back to the police commander and equally got the same story from the police commander.
The boys were doing what exactly?
They were, according to them, they were firing back at them. They saw them and they were firing guns up to the soldiers. And they exchanged gunshots with them.
Yeah, so what happened? What led to exchange of gunfire? Something must have happened. What was that?
That I can't tell. I wasn't on the ground. And I'm telling you exactly what I was told.
Yes, those who are telling you, they don't tell you what led to the exchange of gunfire?
You see, in Bawku here, what we know is that, and when there are guns fired around, usually and ordinarily, the two tribes, Mampushis and the Mampushis and then the Kusasis would always be at each other. And there are occasions, and many occasions, the military or the police must come in between them to separate the fight. And when they come, you cannot come and tell them, leave my gun, put the gun down. No. The only thing they do is to fire gunshots to disperse either the Mampushis and the Kusasis to run away back home. This is what they do here.
Right.
So if you come very closer to one of the feuding factions, what the military would do is to engage them. Because if there are gunshots, according to them, we have always asked them and cautioned them to be mindful of the things that they do.
Yeah, so over 48 hours, you still do not know what exactly led to the exchange of gunfire. You are the head of the municipal security.
I'm reporting to you based on the information that I gathered.
Yes, but your information.
Commander.
Yes, but sir, your information, as you admit, is incomplete because there will not be exchange of gunfire without anything. Something must have happened. What were the guys doing exactly that led to it?
So that is why I'm telling you that the military commander had informed me that the guys were exchanging gunshots with them. They were exchanging gunfires with us. That's what he told me. That's what he told me.
Yeah, so if you understand me, if you understand me respectfully, sir, I get the part about exchanging gunfire with the military. But what led the military to get to them to lead to the exchange? What happened? Were they fighting some group?
There were gunfires.
Okay.
There were incidences in Bawku in the last week. A guy was killed earlier. A Mampushi man was killed earlier. And I think 2-3 days afterwards, 6 people were fired, not too far away from the police station. It led to an instant death of one Moshi man. Then subsequently, the following morning, a 17-year-old boy died through that incident. 4 of the victims are currently hospitalized in 2 hospitals in Bawku. Some are at the Presbyterian Hospital, and some are also at Banyard. Then we heard of another major incident or killing incident, if I may use that term, in Bolgatanga, of which somehow others related it to the Bawku case. And so because of that, it began, shots started the whole Bawku. Especially closer to Sabungari areas, of which I am not too far away from that place. And so it took us the following day up to dawn, and there were gunfire in Bawku.
Bawku is, if you may say, it's a militarized zone now.
I'm coming. Something. So I am giving you the historical antecedent that led to this. You are asking of the cause.
All right.
Or what triggered these things. And so let me also let me caution you that in Bawku, somebody can just get up and take a gun and start firing without a cause.
Yeah, we have heard reports like that.
And so it's like that. It is not as if there must be a trigger, and that would be the one that would lead into another conflict or something.
Right. So to the question I was about to ask you, yeah, thank you very much for that. To the question I was about to ask you, Bawku is literally, you can say, it's now a militarized zone.
Absolutely.
The military is everywhere. So how do these things happen on the blind side of the military? People getting killed and so on. The feuding factions.
Something. Let me tell you that Bawku is more dangerous than what you think. You cannot have every military man standing by everyone's house. You can't have a policeman to a particular house. And so the deployment that we do in the municipality is supposed to be a distance from the other. And that's what we do.
But now, have you not failed in your duty to ensure that there are no guns in the homes, where we are told almost every house, has guns?
There will never be 2 months past that without searching. The military and the police have done a lot of searching. They've searched almost all houses in Bawku, and it is very difficult to retrieve these guns from the residents of Bawku. Mr. Mama Yarga is is aware of what I am talking about.
Okay.
And I'm telling you that this happens since the 50s.
Okay, so
constant searches in Bawku.
So tell me, as head of the Municipal Security Council, what is going to happen from here after what you have gathered?
We are actually putting our things together. We're gathering our facts. When it happens, there are some instances that we call an emergency meeting. There are other instances where we wait to gather the facts before we can call for a meeting. As I talk to you, the place is not that safe. The commanders are moving about and ensuring there's peace in Bawku. They would have to ensure that people are safe. So we are preparing ahead. From now to Monday or Tuesday, we'll call for a meeting and then and look at the way forward.